Top 10 of Essen Spiel. We love the way you feel when we play you.
It's beautiful.
Just thought of it now.
Yeah, I think you've just done our intro. Welcome back to Behind the Box. Today we're going to go through our 10 most anticipated games coming out of Essen Spiel later this week, literally 2 days' time from now. We've done this
Waited until the last second.
Yeah, we've done it really late. So we've looked at a lot of the games coming out. We've kind of just pulled it down to the 10 that we're the most excited about.
Yeah. So starting at number 10, we have Hunt for the Ring, which is a hidden movement game themed around Lord of the Rings, where it's 2 to 5 players. One player will be Frodo and his friends, and then the opponents, I suppose, will be the Ring Wraiths. It's on 2 different sides of a board, so it's like 2 acts to the game, both very different. So the first side of the board is the journey to Bree, and then the second side of the board is from Bree to Rivendell. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty interesting. We love hidden movement games. Yeah. We've got several already, and we just love that genre.
Yeah, we also really love the theme. I mean, Lord of the Rings is something we both really enjoy, and what I think is really cool is that double-sided board and how the second half, from the sounds of it, becomes more of like a card hand management type of game as opposed to choosing where you want to move to.
Yeah, it really changes how you play.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of
which is really neat. And I also love as well, it's a bunch of people that worked on War of the Ring and a bunch of people that worked on Letters from Whitechapel have come together to put this game together, which I think is really promising. Cause
you can trust that.
Yeah, they know the IP and they know how to make hidden movement games. So, yeah.
Pretty good stuff.
Excited for that one. Number 9 game, if we look down, it's because we've got everything written down here so we don't forget. Number 9 for us is Azul. So Azul is basically a tile drafting, tableau building game where you'll take turns taking different colours of tiles to add to your set of them. I really like that there's like a bit of back and forth with it because you might take stuff that you really need, but it might also be a detriment to you because if you can't use them all, they might end up losing you points. It just seems really neat. I don't know really a lot else about it other than it looks beautiful.
Yeah, we typically do like the tile drafting games. This is something a little different than what we normally have. Like we've got Patchwork and Castles with Mad King Ludwig, and we really like those.
They're kind of what it reminds me of the most.
This is somewhat different, so it'll be fun to see how it plays out. It should be pretty good with 2 players.
It looks like it plays really well with 2, which is the majority of our gaming is 2-player. And like Lindsay said, we really like that sort of tile manipulation. Anything tactile like that really works well for us. So, yeah.
So coming in at number 8 is Charterstone. Now, this is actually Chris's addition to the list. I do like the idea of it. Essentially, it's a legacy game, so it will pretty much be unique to the players that play it. You know, you're changing the board as you're playing and building this world of Charterstone essentially together. It's worker placement.
Historically, not been great.
It isn't always a winner for me.
Yeah, I think for me the reason I really like this game is I think it will be that worker placement game that you really do enjoy. I mean, we love legacy games.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love legacy games.
It's made by Jamie Stegmaier. He makes really good games. His designs are always really clean, and the visuals of it as well, I think, will work in the favour of something you'll like. Yeah. Looks nice.
I have faith that you know me, and if you think I will like this game, then I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
I am too. One last thing to say about it is that from what I've heard, by the time you're done, you've played through the full Legacy campaign, your game will be different from basically anyone else's. You'll have your own unique worker placement game, and I think that's such a cool
That is really neat.
To
something
make.
that you can share together. Yeah, that's cool.
And number 7 then for us, trying to read past the microphone, is Indian Summer. So this is part of, I believe, a trilogy this is the second in that trilogy, with Cottage Garden being the first one. So it's kind of like Cottage Garden and Patchwork in that you have these Tetris-style pieces that you're trying to place on, it looks like a plot of land. But other than Cottage Garden, which we really enjoyed, there's other things going on there. Now, we're not that familiar with it. We've tried to look into it. There's not a lot of information, but it seems like there's different mechanics. There's like holes you've got to line up.
Yeah, from the pictures that I've seen, you're trying to position the pieces in front of these holes to
We're not sure.
I mean, it looks really cool.
I think it's promising because we really like Patchwork and Cottage Garden, and it's Uwe Rosenberg. It's just a solid designer all around, and we've enjoyed a lot of his stuff. So the visuals. Yeah,
it certainly is beautiful. Just really the fogs.
Yeah,
I love foxes.
Yeah.
So that's Indian Summer. Number 6 is another nature game, Photosynthesis. So in this game, it's competitive, and you're playing as trees. So there's a sun that the sunlight sort of moves and shifts around the board. It's really interesting the way that's
really cool.
It's done. And you're keeping track of that and positioning your trees in a way that you can get the most sunlight while also trying to block your opponent from getting sunlight. So it seems like a kind of cool strategic... nicely themed game.
A lot of stuff we play is more cooperative, and so there's some competitive games that we've got, and this seems like it will fit into our collection of games like that. And it looks like it plays really well with 2. It's kind of like a little area control, resource management game that it just seems really pleasant to play. And I'm excited to play that one.
The subject matter definitely resonates with me. I think it's cool.
Yeah. So our number 5 is Exit. The game is getting new versions of it, and so that's our number 5. We really, really enjoyed the Exit game. We did a review just a week or 2 ago where we discussed the different escape room games. Exit was easily, far and away, our favourite of those. So just more of those is always going to be welcome.
Yeah, more is better.
Yeah.
It just,
pretty much.
When it comes to Exit games.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Meeple Circus. I'm really excited about this game. So essentially it's it fits so many different categories. It's hard to describe, but it's a dexterity game when you boil it down. You've got sort of a podium that you're working off of, and you're positioning your little acrobats and your animals in the best way to get the most points for yourself, certain combinations. It's got an app with music.
Yeah, so it's also real time, and like we love real time games, we love dexterity games, so it kind of ticks all those boxes for us. Yeah, it seems really neat. And we just recently watched the Let's Play from Shut It Down, Actual All and No Pun Included.
Yeah,
and we were excited about it beforehand, but watching that, we were like, okay,
this is totally cool.
This is the game that we want to play.
Yeah,
it seems really neat. I also love the last round of it all.
Oh, like the solo.
Yeah, you each get like your own unique rule you have to follow when you do yours, and you do it while everyone else watches. It's like your grand finale.
Yeah.
It looks so fun.
I can't wait to try it.
It's like a party game.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it.
Really looking forward to that one. Number 3 for us. Now, we do have this already on the way. We backed it on Kickstarter a few months ago. It's Kitchen Rush. So this is kind of actually a worker placement game. A little bit different. It's kind of tricking you.
Yeah.
But it's like a worker placement real-time game where you are managing a kitchen. You're going to be cooking meals, serving people, waiting on tables, cleaning up, buying stock. A hectic kitchen experience that is all done through sand timers as the workers. So you place your sand timer on the action you want to do. You can't move him, and that action isn't completed until the sand timer runs out.
I think that's great. That's such a cool idea. It's perfect for the theme.
It really is. It's hectic. It'll make you be like, we need like 5 things to be done, but we've only got 30 seconds left, and there's only one person that can do it. Yeah, I know there's another game coming out at Essen. I can't remember the name, but it's like a pirate-themed game where
uses timers.
It uses sand timers, again, sort of as that worker placement. So I'm sure that one's probably one to look out for as well.
Yeah.
But Kitchen Rush. Super excited for that one. It's going to be so good.
Number 2 is When I Dream. Now, this is definitely my addition to the list. You've been really interested in it, too.
I am very excited. This would still make my top 5, probably.
Oh, I can't wait. I've been waiting for this for a long time. So it's a game where one person is blindfolded, and they are trying to guess a word that's being communicated to them with different clue words. And the people giving the clues, there's somebody that's trying to help and somebody that is not trying to help. Now, the person that's not trying to help can't be too obvious, because the person with the blindfold on, if it's too obvious that person's leading you away from the word, you won't listen to them. So Can you give me an example?
Yeah, so for example, let's say the word is boat. You might get the first player who's a good guy, maybe says wet, and then the second player says container, and they're still a good guy. So you're trying to think, okay, it's something that's wet, it contains things. The third player as a bad guy might then jump in and say underwater. So the dreamer, yeah, they might think, well, it's obviously a submarine. So they can say it whenever they feel ready to say it. And then you don't tell them whether they're right or wrong. You just put it into one pile. And at the end, after all this back and forth, whoever's got the majority in their piles is the winner. It just seems like super fun.
Oh, this is totally us. I think this is totally us. We love party games. And I love the idea of the blindfolds.
Yeah, I also love the components. The artwork on the cards is fantastically done. Like each card has two sort of halves to it. So it might be zombie and then squirrel. And so the artwork will be a zombie squirrel. Like they've done such a good job of just being so imaginative and making these great things. And it comes in like a bed. So you place the cards into a deck box that's basically a bed that you draw from, which is just not neat. Necessary, but it's just so neat.
It's just neat.
Really, really cool. Number 1, most anticipated game coming out of Essen. We didn't plan the drum roll, so that threw me off. It is Pandemic Legacy Season 2. We played through the first Pandemic Legacy, and one of our favourite gaming moments. If you're not familiar with the Pandemic Legacy series, it's a legacy game, so as you play through it, it's a campaign, the world changes and things transform. It's taking Pandemic, just bringing it up to like that crazy, amazing gaming experience level. Mm-hmm. In this one, it's like based 70 years after an outbreak of some sort of disease has basically wrecked humanity, and hardly any of the board is revealed. You can travel between a couple of different ports, it seems, but then you have to sort of explore and find the rest of the world and humanity. That's all I know. I
think it's cool that we don't know very much, though.
Yeah, that's what you want. You don't want to know. All we know is the initial theme on the back of the box. You see that as like the blurb, and that's kind of it. So excited.
I really am.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Again, we've got this pre-ordered already, so this is on its way. I believe it releases on the 26th, so that'll be just in a few days' time. So it should be sent out to us. I just can't wait. Can't wait to get it.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, we played it 2-player in the first one, the first Pandemic Legacy. Loved it. Loved every second
Wonderful
of it.
Experience.
Yeah, so we'll probably do the same in this one just to keep that that tradition going.
Yeah, so that is our list. If you have any more to add, oh my gosh, we had so many on this list that we loved, but had to get it down to 10. But if you've got any others, leave them in the comments. I'm sure that they were on our list at some point.
Yeah, probably. And if you go into Essen, then I hope you have a lovely time. Unfortunately, we're not going. Hopefully next year we'll be able to and get all these games and more next year. Yeah,
we'll have to pack 2 suitcases and wear all of our clothes.
Yeah, so we'll have no space for clothes. It'll be purely
just
board games.
We'll
just wear 5 layers of clothing and every day just remove the outer layer. Or remove the inner layer because that'd be the most smelly. I don't know. I think we've reached our limit for the length of this video. So thank you very much for watching if you stuck around to the end. If you do go to Essen, have fun and check out the description again for all the games that we've discussed, further information and our social media. Yeah, thank you very much, and I hope you have a good day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye. Bye.
Welcome back to Behind the Box. Behind the Box. No more messing about.
Serious time. It's serious time.
Okay, we're going to go to the battery life for this.
Okay. Hunt for the Ring, which is a hidden roll game. Nope, it's not a hidden roll game.
You're going to say it, and you're going to say hidden roll.